Welcome to Drill Down Earnings. We have the latest quarterly results from an important cybersecurity company, Zscaler. The ticker is ZS. This is the business story behind one stock on the move. I'm Chief Market Strategist Cory Johnson. With that story, Zscaler is so important in the world of cybersecurity, focused on the offerings around zero trust, an interesting approach which has been very successful for this company. Q4 earnings here, and they were good. Wall Street likes a beat or a miss. However, the guidance was a miss. So we want to dig into what happened in the business and what they're warning about the near future. Here's how the business actually did. 30% revenue growth is fantastic on $593 million in revenues. 27% billing growth also to $911 million, also very strong in the quarter. And they lost only $15 million, which is things getting a little better. They're steadily improving margins, down only a negative 5%. It's the second best quarter they've ever put in. Mind you, they're still losing a ton of money, but a lot less than they used to as revenues are growing really fast. And the book to bill, while it's a little bit lower, down only 3% on a year-over-year basis, not terribly bad for this company. But how did the stock react? Well, problem was the guidance. And so when the guidance came out for this company, it was just not what some investors had really hoped. They said they're going to do 62.5 cents in adjusted earnings per share for the next quarter, and only 284 for the year. Well, the market expected 333 for the year, 73 and a quarter. So a weak quarter next quarter, a weak year next year. That's just not what Mr. Market wanted. The stock was down 13% in after-hours trading after delivering now 21% for the year. So already trailing the S&P 500. It's up about 20, what does my screen tell me, 23% for the year. So they were right in line with the S&P 500, call it, right before the close, but now doing so much worse. Yet I thought the quarter wasn't terrible from this company. Zscaler CEO Jay Chaudhry talked on the conference call about their business being strengthened by that now infamous CrowdStrike crash. Remember, Palo Alto Networks was asked about this, and they said, oh, this could be good for us. Maybe we'll tell you later. We'll see. Well, Zscaler is saying, no, it's good for us right now. We're on the phone with customers. They want to know how they can change what they're doing. They want to be safer than they've been, and we think we've got the answers for them. And I also should say that he pointed out, well, first listen to what he had to say about CrowdStrike.
After a CrowdStrike outage, customers are more focused on resilience, which is our strength. In fact, I personally got lots and lots of calls right after the incident. They wanted to know about what we're doing about it. Now, we ended up personally inviting, actually, by invitation briefing to 1,000 or so our largest customers. I was surprised to see that within a matter of a week or so, about 700 customers registered for the briefings. We ended up doing multiple of them. The main question was, this is mission critical service, and how are we protected? The good thing is, Zscaler delivered Business Continuity Plan, or DR service, in Jan 2023. The first vendor to deliver it, the only vendor that has a true BCP. So the importance of mission criticality has gone up significantly since the outage that was caused by CrowdStrike.
So all that caused by CrowdStrike, but also interestingly, he said that in the second half of next fiscal year, he expects numbers to pick up. Now, I'll tell you, companies always say this when they don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, it's bad for now, but it's going to be better later. Look, everything's better later. But Jay Chaudhry, he's a friend of the show. He's been on Drill Down podcast a few times, and we think that he's actually worth taking at his word here. The company certainly has delivered in the past. But what's one number that tells you a whole lot? The one thing you want to remember about this quarter? I'm going to have an earnings summary and that one number right after this.
The Drill Down is brought to you by Futurum Group, where analysts, researchers, advisors, content creators, and marketing experts help business leaders anticipate and understand shifts in their industries and build strategies to leverage disruptive innovation. With deep analysis, Futurum Group's extensive industry experience delivers reliable research and data, thought leadership, and actionable advice to help you with your strategy and go-to-market efforts. Futurum Group.
So Zscaler just reporting fiscal fourth quarter earnings. The thing you want to remember is not the revenues, which are really strong at $593 million, not the billings at a little bit more, although we're getting there, because the revenue growth is still zipping along here at 30%, but I think it's 27%. Billings are a little bit worse than revenues, almost always for this company, actually always for this company, but they're hanging right in there. A 3% difference between billings and revenues is actually better than the company's done a lot in the past. And while guidance was weak for the next quarter and the one after that, they say for next year, things will pick up in the second half. We can only hope. Thanks for listening to Drill Down Earnings. I'm Cory Johnson. And you can check out more on X at Cory TV. Check out our TikTok, Instagram at Drill Down Pod. All kinds of earnings reports there and a whole lot more, as well as right here on YouTube.